morning, everybody. Welcome to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I'm going to be your host. I have Allison Page, who is the Recreation Director from Tyngsborough, in today, and we're going to be talking about what's going on there. But we've got a big block party coming up, and but there's a lot going on in Tyngsborough as far as recreation. And so let's start with the amazing Ironwood Park and what's happening there.
Sure, yep. We had our grand opening in June, and we have, it's about a 30-acre parcel that the town now owns, with the original clubhouse from the old Tyngsborough Golf Course. And we have brand-new basketball courts, pickleball courts, what else do we have there? Shuffleboard, basketball, volleyball, a walking path, which is a mile. We have disc golf, which is very popular.
That's huge.
I'm amazed at how many people we have playing disc golf.
Yeah, that's a whole new thing.
It's very popular, so we're still in the process of kind of finishing that part of it up, but they're still using it. They're smart enough to be able to figure out where the tee is and where the hole goes. So we'll get that finished in the next few weeks. We had our delivery of our tee mats, that they call them, that they tee off of. Just very busy. It's very busy. It's being very well received, which is very exciting. It's something that the town definitely needed and is embracing.
Well, it's a lovely park because it is so diversified. The park itself, there's open space, there's some shade, there's and one whole side is all the fields and everything. Every time I go by, I see someone there playing racquetball or something.
Yes.
All ages.
All ages, and it's, I know pickleball is the craze, but I have to say that the younger, which I think people associate pickleball with the older groups.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at all. It's the pickleball is families playing together. It's young adults. We have a lot of young adults, college-age kids coming and playing during the day. They're off from school now, so they'll come in and play. And then basketball, of course, is always popular, and we have our few leagues that are going on as well. But it is busy every moment of the day. It's very well used.
Now, on the pickleball, I noticed up in Merrimack, they've turned a whole bunch, at Wasserman Park, they've got all pickleball courts now. Do people have to reserve a time?
You can. So we kind of have a couple of options. So we have 6 courts total. So 4 of them you can reserve ahead of time. You can reserve just for your use with your own group, or you can also reserve, basically put your name up that you're looking to play, and other people put their names up they're looking to play, and they kind of use a round robin format to play. And then the 2 courts that are on the end are first come, first serve. We call them paddle stacking. You come and put your paddle up, you're next to play. So there's both options.
Like pool?
Like pool, exactly.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
exactly.
same thing, put your quarters up and you get ready to play.
Exactly.
That's interesting that they carry that over to them. I know Devin Ogassi play a lot of pickleball, and one of the things that she's explained to me is that there is a lot of round robin. The people get to know each other.
Yes.
And couples, and they just play each other, and
It is very communal.
Yeah.
It can be very
unlike
communal.
tennis.
Yes. No, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different, yes.
It's more of a social
Yes.
thing.
Yep.
So, and the park is, the walking path it's a good mile there.
It is. So if you do both sides, it's exactly a mile. Both sides, and then you have to walk back down the parking lot to get that extra couple feet in, but it is exactly a mile. So people stroll, people walk, we have people who run it. See a lot of the same faces. This is now their exercise route. That's probably the most popular on the property. And then the pickleball, basketball, disc golf, putting is probably next.
Well, it's a great place to walk your dog. I mean, it's off the road. You don't have to. It's very safe.
Yep.
It's very well lit. It's,
Yes.
I'm seeing.
Yeah, so definitely dog-friendly. People have been very good. You always have that issue. There are some dog owners that do not take care of
always.
their dog's waste, yes. But we have not run into that. People have been very respectful. We have the dog stations in 2 locations, and so far, so good.
Now, do people play bocce? Are people playing bocce?
There is bocce there, yes. And yes, they are playing.
No kidding.
Yeah, we have a couple of groups that come over to play kind of regularly, and I've seen some families as well. And that's an easy item to have as a family. I know it's popular
Really?
on beaches and whatnot. So if you have bocce balls, you can come right over. During the week when we're at the clubhouse, if you don't have bocce balls, you can come in and we'll loan them to you for use so you can go out and play.
Now, tell me about the clubhouse and people going and how available is that?
So the clubhouse is unfortunately only open at the moment. We're, for looking down the road to kind of beef that up a little bit as well, but while I am working, so during my work hours, when I'm there, you can come in and it's open. You can come in and you could bring a computer, you can bring your coffee. We do
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we do have people who come in and they like the sunroom area, the little solarium area, and they go and get their Dunkins and then come and sit and have their morning chat together. It's kind of fun. And then it's very popular, the deck is popular during the concerts that we've had. We've only had 2 so far, but people like to sit on the deck and you get the view of the river and you get the view of the pavilion, so.
Oh, it's a great view of the
Yeah.
river. Now, tell me about the concerts.
Sure, so we started because we have a,
I'm dodging for a second, girls. I got 2 texts on it.
Already?
okay.
And first one's from Jay. And put my microphone on so they can hear me. So pickleball courts are the shiny new penny that will be a waste of taxpayers' money. The roads are horrible. New pickleball courts, government at work. Thank you, Jay. And then we have
Oh, now how could recreation be a
one of our
waste?
favorite managers is texting in this morning too, Colin Loisel. He says, "Good morning, Linda and Allison. Ironwood is the best and big thanks to Allison and all the rec committee for putting together such an amazing asset to the town." And that's from your
Thank
town
you,
manager,
Colin.
Colin Loisel.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a big supporter. He
Yes.
really is.
And he's a good
Yeah,
guy.
He is, yeah, definitely.
Now, what type of music people have been asking about the concerts?
The concert, so it's kind of, so far we've had just general rock
Yeah.
bands, so this next one will be kind of the same, which is the fundraisers, I think I said, and that's at 6:30 next Thursday. Free of charge, bring your lawn chairs, bring your blankets. We have some ice cream and popcorn, and you can bring, your own snacks as well. On this particular Thursday, it will also be the start of our ferry walk, which we've been holding on Wednesday, so you could come and make a fairy garden with us, and then we've kept them all. And we're going to put them out along the walkway at Ironwood, so we'll turn it into a fairy garden walk. So there'll be little different villages as you walk around for people to look at, and the kids can come see their creations that they had made set
That's
out.
awesome.
Yeah, and we've had adults come and make them too, so it's not just the kids. So
Yeah.
it'll be, I think it'll be fun, another little addition that we've added to the park.
Oh, my grandchildren love the fairy garden.
Yeah.
And it's very whimsical. It's delightful.
Well, and they're so excited to make something.
Oh.
So, they, to the point that they didn't really want to leave them. And we're promising them they'll get them back, but I think they'll be excited to come and have to find their fairy garden out on the property. So it'll be fun. So it's kind of like a big deal. The library's joining us. They're doing story time at 3 p.m. that day to kind of start it off, and then we'll have the concert starting at 6:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now, what group is there for the concert?
The Fundraisers is the name of the band this
Okay.
next week. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's enjoyable.
Yes.
I hope you have good weather.
I think that's Paul Belay's band.
He's from Lowell.
Yeah, Paul Belay.
Oh, for God's
You
sakes.
can't get better. Paul Belay and
No,
that
he's
gang.
the best.
I think Leo Sheridan's in that
Yes.
band.
Yes,
Nice
exactly.
people.
Yep.
Oh,
A lot of
that's a great
smiles.
one.
A lot of smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul plays a great sax.
Yeah, well, it's something different, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, so
Just not just rock.
I think it'll be fun, yeah.
Yeah, and what time is the concert?
6:30.
And how about parking? Is there an issue with parking?
We haven't had issues with parking. We do have 2 lots on site. And if we do, when we had opening, we had a little bit of an issue with parking, but we just overflowed onto the grass area. So we've got plenty of space.
Now, before I get into the block party, I know that there's always, you have sports all year round. It seems like you're always advertising. So what's coming up for the fall?
Will be our
Registration.
basketball program for us. Basketball, and we have girls' youth softball as well. There'll be a fall season for the girls' softball, kind of like a try-it. That's the great time to try it, is in the fall. And so that's fall and spring, and then our basketball program is probably the most popular one that we run. It's all age groups.
No kidding?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's
So we have littles, and then we also have an adult league, so,
awesome.
yeah.
Now, what other sports do you do for the kids?
Softball and basketball are run through the rec department, but there are the youth organizations, youth lacrosse, youth baseball, youth football and cheer. I'm missing one. Baseball, lacrosse, football, soccer.
I know about I work at Walgreens, and a family came through with their Tyngsborough lacrosse shirts
Yes,
on
yeah.
last night.
Yeah, there's definitely something for every child as far as the sporting is concerned. We have a great youth programs in town.
That's becoming a very up-and-coming sport. What started when Dorian was in high school, and now lacrosse is
Very popular.
it's, my granddaughter plays lacrosse.
Yeah.
And it's both boys and girls, so
Yes.
it serves them both.
Yes.
Now you have a big block party, so I'm sure you have a lot to talk about that.
Yeah, so we're on to block party number 7. It'll be Saturday, August 23rd. We begin at 11 o'clock, and it's right back in the center of town, so intersections of Middlesex and Kendall. Kind of the same format, if you will. 3 sets of performances, bands. Then we have our other stage, which is traditionally youth performances. It's youth dance, youth karate, things along that nature. But this year we have 2 performers that will be performing up there as well. We have a woman coming in, Elizabeth, as Taylor. So she's doing 3 sets of all Taylor Swift songs.
Oh, my.
So, yeah, bring your bracelets and bring your singing voice and come and join her. That should be fun. It's a nice little addition up to that end of the party, so that will be fun.
And how do people, as far as vendors and, well, let's start with the vendors.
Sure. So we are full. We're on wait list right now for our vendors. We have 150 vendors coming.
Wow.
Yeah, which will be, the majority are craft vendors. They're crafters and artisans. So we have a whole section for that. So it's a great early start to your Christmas shopping, or just something fun for yourself, because some of the vendors are very, very creative. And then we also have direct sale vendors like LuLaRoe and Cutco and our
Really?
products. Yeah, so we have some people who do that as well. And then we have some businesses as well. We have great support from the town offices as well, the select board, the historical group, Tyngsborough Indivisible, I'm trying to think, Board of Health, I think I said historical. So there are other groups
Colleen
from
Gary
town.
usually has a table there.
She usually has a table
And-
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she comes to, to an identification of
Yeah,
children.
Molly Bish, yes, she has the Molly Bish program.
So that works out
Yeah.
well. Now, now the vendors will be over in the park, over
So they're kind of spread
on the
out.
common?
So on the lawn area of the 216 Meeting House is most of our craft-type vendors. So those are our crafters and artisans. And then it kind of filters out from there. So it will go up Winslow Road as well as up Kendall. So there'll be children's specialty people, again, the businesses. We have a lot of sponsors as well that will have booths this year with giveaways. Janome Plumbing and Heating is one of our larger sponsors, and they always have the funnest booth. It's always very interactive, and they have all kinds of giveaways, always very fun. And then Enterprise Bank is also one of our larger sponsors, and they always have giveaways as well. Patty, I don't know, if you know Patty,
Yeah.
she's super, super nice and super fun. And then our last big sponsor this year is the Tyngsborough Sports Center. So they're actually sponsoring the Elizabeth S. Taylor area, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's fun too. So it's, again, talk about three very big names in Tyngsborough that have been in Tyngsborough for a while and are very supportive of our community. So we're happy to have them.
Well, the sports center has always been active.
Yes.
They do a lot.
Yeah, great family, great Tyngsborough
Well,
roots.
They touch a lot of generations
Yes,
there, and
they
their
do.
daughters.
Girls, what section of Tyngsborough are we talking about? I got a map here.
Right at the bridge. So
Right,
Party by the
okay.
Bridge, yep, we are literally right by the bridge. So the intersection of 113 and,
Is the bridge?
yep,
Okay.
yep. So you can see Old Town Hall and the Meeting House there on the bottom. In Winslow
Yep.
Road, we cover all of that area.
That whole, yes. And that is the town common, actually.
Yes,
So
What, right
it's-
here's the common?
yes.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
know there's a little water park, a little bridge here.
There is a bridge there, yeah. So the bridge and the deck, this year, we're using the deck for one of our serving areas. And the common green space right there will have a huge 40-foot climbing tower and bungee jump on it this year.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so that will be very exciting.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, and just to the left there, it's called the switchback. It goes up to the top of the hill, is all of our games for the children, which will have, there's, I think, a dozen games, and we have a couple that we're renting this year. So it's corn kind of shooting type of a thing. It's really fun. And then another one which is pumping up, it's like a, reminds me of the old dynamite boxes that you push down, but you pump it full of
Yeah.
air and it brings the balloon up, and the first one to do pops the balloon.
Oh,
and
wow.
wins. So that should be fun. So
So-
we've got a lot of interactive things for the kids this year, as well as great vendors for the kids.
Parking, always an issue.
Always an issue. Parking is free, so Notre Dame Academy is always very generous. They let us use their property. That's probably the best and easiest parking. We will also have parking
So I'm gonna
at,
zoom out, and you girls can tell me where this parking is.
sure.
At Notre Dame.
Yep, so where it says Upper Flint's Pond.
Right here?
Yep. So it's right, yeah, a little further. A
Back.
little lower, yeah.
Come down there.
Yep, so the Tyngsborough Housing Authority is not public parking, so you cannot park there. We do have a few handicap spaces there for people who need assistance, but we also have a second handicap lot at the Notre Dame Academy lot that we will shuttle people down to.
Oh, you're gonna have shuttle too?
We will.
Oh, great.
Yep. So normally we did buses. Unfortunately, the buses, as best as they tried, just also got caught in the traffic that, closing a lane causes. So this year, we're golf carting people. We will golf cart down. It'll be quicker
Yeah.
than waiting for a bus to make the full road. It used to take about 20 minutes for them to get all the way around, and this will be, under 10 minutes,
So there's
hopefully.
parking somewhere in here?
Nope,
No.
it's a little bit lower. It's at the school, which
where the-
is, yep, Timothy's, there we go. Yep,
So we park at the
right
school?
there. Yes, so park at the school. There's two sections. There's an upper lot and a lower lot. And we'll have signage up for pickup. Yep, so that's the soccer field there on the right-hand side. So we will pick up from both locations.
So we can park here too?
You can.
Okay.
Yep, and then there's also parking at the town hall at 25 Bryant Lane. You can park there as well.
Okay.
So I think everybody's familiar with Sullivan's Farm and ice cream, and there's the police station, Commerce Diner, that whole group. So it's all very contained. As far as, and that's, see, there are two parts to Flint Pond that I don't think some people understand. Now, I have to say, what they've done with the dam is lovely.
It is lovely.
It's
Yeah.
really, on both dams.
So now I'm puzzled about the golf cart. So I park here.
Yep.
Golf cart picks me up,
Yep.
and it's gonna drive down this road here to get me back up there?
So
Or
we're
is there a
gonna,
shortcut through this?
Nope, no shortcuts.
Okay.
So yes, we're going to bring you down, and right where the M is on the Middlesex Road
Yeah.
is where we're going to drop you. And our entrance is literally a couple hundred feet from
Okay.
right there. Yeah, so we're bringing you right down
So
to
I got a
Middlesex Road.
sidewalk here?
There is a sidewalk.
Okay,
Yep.
so I
See
just go up
that
the sidewalk.
3A, that little 3A,
Right here?
yeah,
So I'm gonna get dropped off here on the golf cart, and I'm just gonna walk up here with,
yeah.
Correct.
Pretty much.
beautiful,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
perfect, thank you.
yeah.
And
then
parking's free at Notre Dame?
parking's free everywhere. There is an entrance fee of $5, so 12 and under are free. There's no charge for children.
Yep.
But a $5 entry fee, and that just helps us keep going. That was a big decision last year to go that route, because everything had been free up until that point, but we've just grown so much, we couldn't sustain it anymore, so.
And parking at the Tyngsborough Housing Authority is a no-no.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's definitely no.
And we'll have that covered. There will be people there at the lot, so it's not open to public parking. So,
Good, okay.
Up by the library, there's parking?
Littlefield
Oh, no,
Library?
yeah.
So that's it is parking, but it's for our vendors, so all
Okay.
of our 150 vendors who are coming in, we have to have parking for them, so that's where we put them. So they're in for the day, and we can kind of sardine them in there and get as many people as we can on that lot, so we're not taking up spaces for the public.
Well, I must say, I have to compliment you, because anybody that's a vendor, or just this whole operation, you have it down pat. You give people a time they're supposed to be there, and it's unbelievable. They're in, they're out. You've organized that amazingly. They're in, they get set up, and they're out, and the next person, their time is available,
Yeah.
and everybody gets everything set up in that little center of town, and
Yeah.
and then the same thing breaking down. I've
Yeah.
never seen anything so organized.
Yeah, well, we're there usually, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Our first vendors start coming in about 7:45, so we get them in between 8 and 10 o'clock, so 150 people are bringing in their wares in 2 hours' time and getting set up to open at 11. So it's quick. We have a lot of help in the morning. We have leads that are, you check in with. We're going to help you. Again, we golf cart people to get their wares in as quick as possible. We try to make it as painless as possible. And this year, a little bit different is all of our vendors are staying until 7 p.m. this year. It was 6 p.m. last year. So that's a little different. We've extended it a little bit because we kind of have a gap in between our vendor sales and fireworks. So
Comment from
people-
the audience is free parking is the way to go. When an event happens in Lowell, they increase the parking fee, which is nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But it's
that's
free in
true.
Tyngsborough.
yes.
Yes, it
Great.
is.
Thanks.
Yes, it is. And that's another thing, the fireworks go off at,
At dusk, so it's usually about 8:30, 8:45. The fireworks will be lit off from the barge in the Merrimack, right adjacent to the bridge. And after that, our shuttles will run again for about a half an hour to get people back to parking lots, and then that's a wrap. So
spectacular fireworks,
They are.
everybody.
they are,
Talks about-
we have definitely honed in on a great pyrotechnics group, I'll tell you. They are fabulous. They
You
do
have.
put on a great show.
So it's a wonderful day for everybody. I wish you well with the
Thank you.
weather. That's
Yes,
such a factor for
yes.
everybody that does anything outside. But people are probably familiar with where this is happening because you have the Tree of Festivals every winter.
Yes, yep, so same location, same buildings, we're just outside this time. Festival of Trees will start the day after Thanksgiving, and it's, again, all three historic buildings, so Littlefield Library is included. We have our Christmas boutique up there, and then our trees are in both the Meeting House and Old Town Hall.
So Allison, is there a rain day?
There is no rain day, we are there, rain or shine.
Understood, thank
So
you.
bring that sunshine,
Yeah.
We'll pray for sunshine.
that's right.
That absolutely, and you've had pretty good luck. It's just and I have to say things like that. People like the folk festival recently on Sunday. We were there, and I couldn't get over how many people were still out on Sunday.
Yeah, You guys had a ton of rain, and then
Yeah.
the rain stopped, and the crowds came back.
Yeah.
I was
It was amazing.
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lovely festival. It was very successful, and so. But and it's good that things are staged during the summer so that things don't interfere.
Yes.
But the center of town, they've done a lot. I mean, the behind the little slip road between the fire station and town hall that goes down to the pond.
Mm-hmm.
What they've done with that dam is gorgeous as well.
Yes, yeah, that was a big project, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a nice little area, yes.
So they've really done a lot with, of course, the second walking bridge is a little controversial. You will have to admit.
Yeah.
And so the bridge to nowhere. So kind of explain what people do. I know during the Trio festivals you do incorporate the outside because you had the snowmen. Find the
Yes.
snowmen for the children,
Right.
and that was part of it
Yes.
over
yeah,
there.
You did everything.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Yeah. Yes, yeah. So that little common area we did. So we try to make it interactive as best as possible, and we also try to do it to connect the buildings. If you're walking doing something, it definitely makes it a funner experience if you're not just having to trudge to the next building. We try to make it fun along your way. So we did. How many snowmen could you find down on the walkway? And we had lit ones, we had big ones, we had little ones. You had to do a little bit of looking around. But then it brought you to the bridge or the observation deck where you could see the waterfall as well, which is pretty when you're standing on the deck. And then we had at the top where our games will be for block party, for festival, it was our reindeer stables
Yes.
this year. So that was new this year. We will carry that over again next year. It was very popular and was just so pretty. A gentleman, I wish I had his name in front of me, came one morning. It had just snowed just the slightest little bit, and he came and took some gorgeous pictures. He had the stables and it was just coated in a little bit of snow. They were beautiful and put them up. He did a fantastic job. It was so pretty.
Well, you can't beat the Littlefield Library. One of my favorite buildings in town. Always has been.
It is a beautiful building. So we use that for our Christmas boutique. So you can go, we have vendors. In fact, some of our vendors from Block Party will bring their wares to festival as well. And it's set up like a little shop. You go in.
Delightful.
Yep, do some Christmas shopping. Everything is handmade. There is no item that is mass-produced. It is all hand-created items. So you come in and shop, and we have staff there to help you and check you out. And it's just, I think a lot of the charm is our buildings.
Yeah. And,
So-
and it is. It's the Festival of Trees has really taken on a life of its own, and now with the meeting house as well. But this hot chocolate, it's just such a pleasant. Would have a date for the Festival of Trees? Yeah.
So we begin always the day after Thanksgiving. So I think it's the 29th of November, I believe, this year. So yeah.
And you
we're-
do 3 days now.
So
Is it?
we
Or
do.
2.5 days.
Yeah, well, we start on the Friday after Thanksgiving, so that full weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we come back on Thursday of the following week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we're 6 days open to public, and then the Sunday is your tree pickup or raffle pickup. If you've won an item, that will be your day to come and pick it up.
And my advice to anyone, be careful what you wish for there. Because you put your ticket in the wrong tree when you end up with a 24-foot tree.
And
that fits nowhere.
We've had that happen.
Yes.
It's funny. People come in and they're like, I don't remember putting my ticket in there. It's like,
That's why
well,
you don't just give them to the children
Exactly.
randomly.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a tree for everyone there. I'll have you back at that time because it's just it's whimsical. It's delightful. It's a nice beginning to the Christmas season.
It's It's funny, we see a lot of the same families the day after Thanksgiving. This is now what they do.
Yeah.
So they come to us the day after, and, there's always something going on. We've got some event happening usually during each day as well, which we put up a schedule so you know exactly what's happening each day when you come. But it's fun to see the family tradition that they're starting on their own, coming
Yeah.
to see us. So we do have a promotion running right now for festivals ending, it's today, tomorrow. It ends tomorrow on the 31st. So we were doing a Christmas in July promotion. Just register with us that you're going to be either a sponsor, you're going to sponsor a tree and we'll decorate it, or you're going to bring your own tree, or you're going to bring your raffle item for our raffle area. And then all of these people who just give us their commitment in July will have a drawing for some food gift cards. So we've had Friendly Toast, Tequila's Mexican Cantina, and Princeton Station donate raffle cards to us.
Oh, wow.
So we will draw winners or names from the group that registers in July, just giving us a little bit of a head start as to where we're going as far as what we need to decorate for. So it's helping us, and the businesses were very generous with their donations. So if you want to be a sponsor of any sort, you have until tomorrow.
Did you ever envision, when you first started your Festival of Trees, that it would get to the point that you'd be having a promotion in July?
No. No, actually, we have a group of women who are just so into what we do for festival, and they're a great group. We all get along fantastically. Everybody takes a role and is just great. And actually, Block Party works the same way. I have another group of men and one woman, myself. 5 people put on that block party. We do have our support from our other groups, the rest of our committee, but it's 5 people who take on tasks, and that's how we get this going. Festival of Trees the same way. We have a group that we all work together, and it's a small group of people who put on these productions, so it's a great community that we live in.
Yes, yeah, it is. Now, if somebody wanted to make a donation to the recreation, how do we go about that?
If you're looking to sponsor something, we have websites for both the Tyngsborough Block Party as well as Festival of Trees. So if you just Google either one, Tyngsborough Festival of Trees or Tyngsborough Block Party, it will come up. And we have links on everything, be a sponsor, and it will guide you through. I mean, and if you are having issues and want more information, I'd be happy to speak with anybody.
But it's a very it's a friendly website, I have to say. I've gone through it, and I'm not good at any of that, but
Yeah.
just to see what's going on and how it's organized, because often people will say to me, I'll get a call or something, and how do I do this or that?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, so both have their own sites, and hopefully most of the information will be helpful to you, I hope. We try to set it up that everything that you're looking for is right at the top. So our headers are hopefully something that is what you're seeking, and you can just click on it without having to navigate a whole website.
now, if somebody has ideas about recreation, how do they reach you? Where are you physically now?
Right now, kind of all over the place for the summer. So Mondays and Thursdays, I'm at Ironwood Park. I am at the clubhouse. And then the rest of the time, I'm back at the offices at Town Hall. But you can email me. That's usually the easiest, because no matter where I am, I can access that. And it's the same as everybody in town that works for the town. It's mine is APAGE, ABAGE, at tyngsborough.ma.gov. So we're all tyngsborough.ma.gov. It's just your first initial and last name.
And tell me about your budget. Do you have as far as from the town itself? Because I know a lot of it comes from donors and volunteers and
Yep.
supporters.
Yeah, so the recreation budget is separate from our events. All of our events are self-funded. It's not through the town's budget.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, yeah. So our budget is for field maintenance, building maintenance, office items, things like that. We don't have a budget that runs any of our events.
Now tell, on recreation, because that whole department has expanded. What fields exactly do you use? Do you use the one on Lakeview Avenue still?
We do. So
Softball?
that's our softball field, yes. The rectangular field is used not as often as the other fields. We have watering issues over there, but the softball field is probably the one that's used the most. The other softball field is at Bicentennial Field Complex, which is next to the elementary school. So we do use community center, that's on Lakeview Ave. We have the Wickasey Fields, which are the baseball fields off of Wickasey Road. The Bridge Meadow Complex is the soccer fields, basically.
And that's out Westford.
That's out by the Butterfly Place, yep, on Swan Road. And then we have the Bicentennial Field Complex, which is the one adjacent to the elementary school.
Okay, so I know that the fields sort of, people get confused where they're going, what school, and you have a new school opening. How's that field coming? What do we do?
I don't,
Have they-
I don't know that they're doing construction on fields over there. I know that Pierce Field is still in existence,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
turf
yeah.
field over there, which is used by the youth organizations as well as the school.
I think that Hillary mentioned that they're going to redo some of the fields after the construction's done.
I know that their baseball and softball fields, I think their softball field is actually, the school is on top of it now. So
Right.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's going to be, looking for something there. And I think that their baseball field, there was discussion about it being moved, but that school committee, so.
Well, yeah, the John Barr donated so much land up there for the school, and they've utilized some of that for fields, and of course, we have an old cemetery way up in there.
Yes,
So
that's right. It does abut the cemetery.
Ve-
Yes.
Very, very delightful, if anybody is looking for something to do, and we have some very interesting cemeteries in Tyngsborough, I have to say.
Yeah.
Even the one on Coburn, it's just delightful.
Yes. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the one on Fletcher, I know everybody in it, but I can remember the first person buried there. It's hard to believe that they're looking for more land there.
I know.
So it's, now, the Little League, though, that's a whole separate thing, isn't it? That's not, is the Little League affiliated with the rec department? I don't,
No, so we now have a DPW, which is now headed by our engineer, Jake Zwicker. So now he's the head of the DPW. So that incorporates all of the highway department, the cemetery department, sewer. So they're all kind of together now in this DPW group.
I know there's a lovely park down along the river too, off Frost Road.
Yeah, so-
That's a great walking place.
Yeah,
for you.
Riverfront Park, which that's lovely too. The views are lovely. There's nice benches and picnic tables down there. There's a swing set and a few things for the children to do, but it's another nice area.
Well, I know I don't know if they're still doing it, but because I used to walk there a lot, and you'd see families. I don't know if they reserved the area, but they'd have little small birthday parties and stuff during the summer.
Yeah.
What a great setting it was.
It is a great setting.
For anything down there.
Yeah.
We've got some pretty decent Sherburne House and the Trust. Fabulous walking.
That is nice, lovely.
Little problem with the ticks
They're
this time of
everywhere,
year, because
unfortunately.
and anywhere where there's water,
Yeah.
you're going to, particularly that woodland, but we'll be mowing that field soon, so that'll be a nice place. So, do we have a Pop Warner in Tyngsborough?
Yes, it's Tyngsborough Youth Football. I'm not sure if it's exactly Pop Warner, but
Yeah.
there is a football group,
There is
yes.
a football group in the winter. So now anybody that is interested as far as, how about times now? Let's give them some times when to get there and for the block party.
Yep, so we open at 11, and then we go right through about 9 o'clock. So you can get there at any time, it just depends. We have bands that will be playing literally all day. So our first band begins at 11 a.m. And then we'll switch out, we'll have another band starting at 2, and then we switch out and have another band starting about 4:30. So 3 bands, free of charge to, walk around, sit, bring a chair if you'd like. We have chairs you can rent if you'd rather. So that's all day at the main stage, and then we have Elizabeth S. Taylor. We have an acoustical set with a young man called Griff. We have a lot of demonstrations from all of our local people, so it's children in our community who are coming and performing their karate or dance or gymnastics, baton twirling. We have it, you name it, we have it on that stage. So there's something all day.
The food trucks have always been a huge thing there.
Yes, yeah, so they're back. We've got a great lineup this year. I think he's added 2 this year. So he's upped his number a little bit. Steve Fugazzotto is in charge of our booking and seeking out our food trucks. So we have the regulars that you're looking for, the Shishkaberry people who have been with us from day one, which is the chocolate-covered fruit on the stick. Very popular. They're sought after, so we have them annually. I think our new addition this year, we have a new barbecue truck coming in. So that looks really good. And then Maine's Cousins Maine Lobster will be
Ooh.
there too. So there'll
Oh,
be a
my.
lobster truck there this year too, so.
And there has always been sort of an area for people to get any of the breweries in town or something, and
Yep. So we have covered all of our breweries in town this year. So
Okay.
We have had Navigation. They've been with us since our very first event. So Navigation will be back, and then Modest Roots came to town, and they will be with us as well. And this year we will have Epigram joining us as well.
that's a big success down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great for our town, and we're happy to have them joining us.
Now that area will be right where near the meeting house, is that, or have we moved that?
No, it is near the meeting house. So we'll have, the area near the meeting house will contain Navigation, Modest Roots, and then we have 2 other alcohol vendors, Decanted and Hive, which they have wine products and salsa products, things like that. That will be contained in the area right next to the meeting house. You do have to go through ID check. You have to have a wristband in order to be served. So that will take place there. And then Epigram, we're putting over on the common area, on the observation deck area.
Oh, really?
Down below, yes. So we'll have 2 areas, but
That's
same
interesting.
process. You still have to go through the ID check and have your wristband, et cetera, so.
Now, are there places that people can go, they come during the day and then they leave to come back to go to watch the fireworks? Is that,
Yes, yeah. So once you've entered and you have a wristband, you can come back as many times as you would like during the day. But you actually don't even need to come back into the event for the fireworks. I would say the lawn at Notre Dame Academy is your number 1 viewing area. There's lots of space, and that is literally where the barge is going to be anchored. So that's probably your best bet as far as seeing them.
it's just a fabulous display. I love that Notre Dame put that fence back up. It's
They're
a
doing
nice touch.
It's beautiful, yeah. Their maintenance used to be a man named Jake, and I'm pretty sure it still is. He does a great job, and he's
Yeah.
very nice and easy to work with. So
Well, I know they thin their forests, and it's a good example of anybody that's thinking about it or doesn't know what to do with it. They did a great job.
yeah, they did.
Because now the trees are coming back in, and people don't realize you need to do that to maintain a
Yes.
forest area.
Yes, yeah.
So it's now so there's no parking that people have to pay for. It's all.
Correct. Not through us.
Now, what time would you recommend people to come if they're deciding they're going to get there at a decent time to be able to?
I think we see a lot of families, of course, early on. So I'd say early afternoon is a lot of our younger families. They're coming to, do the games and do the shopping and whatnot. Our events on our stage, the Winslow stage, is all day, so you're going to see more than one show, I'm sure. You're going to be there for more than an hour, I would assume. And then throughout the afternoon, again, we go till 7 o'clock. Everything's open until 7. The only thing that remains open towards the end, after 7, will be the area where the main stage is next to the meeting house, and that will remain open until we do the countdown for the fireworks. So I would say, depending on what you're looking to do. Are you looking to come and stay for fireworks? Then I would come, later in the afternoon, maybe 4 o'clock, do everything, get something to eat. The food will remain open until fireworks as well, and then just hang out and listen to the music and, watch the fireworks, so.
Well, you've got a handle on the food trucks, because I know at the beginning that they ran out of
They did.
food. It was sort of,
Yeah.
nobody anticipated.
Right.
That it was going to be that big a
Right,
deal.
yeah.
Okay, now just for anybody, the closure of the roads, because it is taking over the whole center of
Yes.
Tyngsborough, so.
Yes, yeah, so Kendall Road will be closed at Bryant
And that's
Lane.
113.
113. So you can get off the highway there still, but you're going to be diverted. Instead of being able to continue straight to go to the lights at the bridge, you'll be diverted down Bryant Lane where the town hall is to get back to Middlesex Road. So there's just a short area there that you can't get through.
And there's also parking down there.
There is parking down there, so you can park right at Town Hall. And we will also, you can just walk, that's very close, so you
Yeah.
can walk either direction to get to the party. And then we'll have a single lane closed on the southbound lane of Middlesex Road. So that's down to 1 lane. Other than that, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it for our road
No
closures.
problems with Westford Road or Middlesex or
No.
beyond Sullivan's is, shouldn't be any traffic issues, really.
No.
Unless you're just trying to get into the area.
Right. I mean, the bridge is obviously, it's always busy anyways, so, we're not helping matters there, I understand that. But it's a single day, and honestly, the entire town comes out for this, so I think it's, a little inconvenience, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, it is something that the whole town seems to participate. You get to see everybody in town.
That's when I
Young,
get to see
old,
everybody.
families.
It's
You know,
true,
it's
yes.
and I suppose for you, it's a good time for you, if you have a moment at all, to pick up some people that you've missed for the Tria festivals, but
Yes.
you don't have much time to
Yeah,
chat.
we'll have a booth. We have our girls, they're going to have a booth, so,
Oh, for the
for the Festival of Trees, so we'll be promoting that there, too.
That's
Two comments from the audience. Good morning, great show. Linda is hitting it out of the park today. My weather apps, I'm not sure I trust it, is calling for a beautiful day on Saturday. Have fun. That's from Bart. And then the next guy, Jay, says, best of luck with the block party. Sounds like a good family fun time. Tyngsborough is lucky to have someone like Allison in town.
Yes, they are, and Mark, watch out in Tewksbury. I hope he's been paying attention this morning, because we're giving Tewksbury a run for their money, I must say. Because they've always been, I've always been impressed with what Tewksbury has done over the years as far as the participation, and they always seem to have something going on, and we're catching up pretty quick, and I thank you, and I commend you on that, because you have certainly been the inspiration. I remember when the department first started and you first came, who would have envisioned what has transpired?
I know.
And all that. But a good part of it with you is your volunteers. You have an amazing network of volunteers. And
that's, you can't do anything without them. I mean, when you think about just our 2 main events that we do, never mind all the other things that we do, we have to have over 200 volunteers step up in a single day in order
Yep.
for us to make this happen. So it's all great to say, so-and-so did this, but it's not. It's impossible without the support of the town. So we have our volunteer coordinator, Nick, and God love him. He plugs people into these slots, and we literally have 200 people in one day for block party, and over the course of our 6 days at Festival of Trees, it's the same. We have to come up with 200 people. So
That's
it's a
incredible.
lot of people, but They're great. The support is great, and that's why it works.
Well, yeah, it's amazing because I've been to both events over the years, and you have organized your volunteers so that there's a group, there's something for everyone, whatever you want to do, and that doesn't often happen. You know, a lot of times people want to help or volunteer and they get lost, and Nick seems to have that under control as far as who's going to work with in each area, and that in itself is a talent that.
It is, and we didn't have Nick with us for the first few years, and just getting that guidance of you're going to be a volunteer, here's what's going to happen, it just was a game changer. So he's definitely very good at what he does, and it definitely makes our events run much more smooth.
Oh, it makes everybody happy.
Yes.
You know, and nobody's disappointed, and they're always doing something they like. I mean, there are people that are in the downstairs in town hall doing something, and particularly with the hot chocolate and everything, in the tree of festivals. So it's not too soon to think about the tree of festivals. So when would the deadline be for people to put in trees, planning ahead? Because I'm sure you probably know all that.
Well, yes, we do. So right now, just for our campaign ends tomorrow, but that's a separate little campaign. We're just trying to get ahead of the game a little bit. So we'll also start taking our registrations right through the summer. I think our deadline is October 31st or November, early November for deadline for registering a tree or raffle or other item. So.
And those, when they raffle a tree, when they submit a tree, and I know all departments, the recreation department does a lot of them, but if you have a business or a family that you want to put together a tree, all the donations go to the recreation department, is that correct?
Correct, yeah. So this is how we run our things. So any of the funds that come in go into what we call our revolving account, and that's our programming account. So it allows us to do programming. So it just kind of recycles back into a new program, so.
So if there are people out there in town that want to make a donation, who would they make their check out to?
Town of Tyngsborough.
The town of Tyngsborough.
Yeah.
And do they have to designate what exactly it's going to as far as the programs, or?
You can.
Some people prefer Christmas
Sure.
to summer, but
Yep.
this has really become I definitely wanted to get you on early
Thank
to
you, yes. I
to
appreciate
get
that.
this going, because it's always a fabulous day, and we get people from all over. It isn't just Tyngsborough, but Tyngsborough does come out for this.
Yes. Yeah.
And Thursday night, we have a concert at Ironwood. In case anybody doesn't know where and what Ironwood is, just give them, just kind of update a little bit before we.
Sure. Yep, Ironwood Park is our new park facility in Tyngsborough. It's the former Tyngsborough Country Club. So it's on 51 Sherburne Ave is our address. If you need to GPS it, that's 51 Sherburne. We'll bring you in, and we have a brand new pavilion, and that is going to be the host area for our fundraisers, which will be the group that will perform free of charge, 6:30. Prior to that, we will have the Fairy Garden opening with the library, which will do a children's story time at 3 o'clock. So that's
So
next.
whereabouts on Sherburne Ave?
Next
Looking at
to-
the map.
Sherburne Ave, 51.
So way down here?
Let's see, where are you?
Sure, but where are you now?
I think a little north. Yeah, keep going, we're right there almost. I can see our trees, there we go.
There it
That's
is.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, Evergreen Way.
Yes, so I'm going to touch on the Ironwood name. So Ironwood Park was a nod to the former golf course, so an iron club and a wood club. So Ironwood Park is our attempt to kind of pay a little bit of history to our location. So if you go down just a little bit on that picture, I think, okay, it's not there yet. So it's not quite updated yet. So our pavilion is there, but I can't really see it. But you can see the courts. This is long because the courts aren't painted in that picture, so this is not quite. So the pavilion, unfortunately, isn't in that picture. But it's right where that clump of trees is on the bottom,
Right here?
right there, yeah.
Okay.
And it's,
Yeah, I don't know, it's a Google Earth.
Yeah, yeah, it's just, it hasn't.
Can be a little old,
it
but
was
it's very
by
effective.
the last hole, I think, of the,
Yes. Yeah.
the Tyngsborough Country Club, if anybody's wondering. Because if you see that little triangle where Pawtucket Boulevard is, that's going up. That's the little street that used to be on the golf course to take you from one side of the park of the golf course to the other
Yeah.
when you crossed over to Sherburne. So to the left is where all the fields are and the pickleball and everything. To that what looks like a building actually, but it's a park. That's where the pavilion is. Was parking there.
So Linda, the Legion, up and running, all set?
Yes, that is, and that, of course, you can see borders right along there. So, you know, they could walk right up and, I suppose, listen to
Yep.
the concert.
Yep, the walking path literally goes right through their backyard,
through-
so yes,
yeah.
yep.
And it's a fine line there where the Legion ends. And they've definitely cleaned it up quite a bit, made it much more passable, I must say.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
sort
yeah,
of,
it's nice.
And Paul Ballet is going to be playing this Thursday. So again, anybody that's interested, please come out to the concert. It's supposed to be a nice night, tomorrow night,
Nope, next Thursday.
next
Not
Thursday.
this
What,
Thursday,
what
next Thursday.
Thursday am I in? Oh yeah, I'm still in.
Yeah, no, we gotta
I'm
get in
still I'm
August.
still in July. I'm jumping ahead already
Okay.
to the block party. Because again, the date of the block party is
23rd, Saturday, the 23rd.
Of
11
August.
to fireworks.
Yeah, so that's, it should be a great night for everybody. And I want to thank you for
Thank you.
coming in. If anybody has any questions, they reach out to Allison Page
Yep.
at Town Hall. I suppose you can always call the manager's office and he probably has a direct line to you.
Jackie will take care of it.
Yes, Jackie is an asset for us
Yeah.
all in Town Hall. So it's
So
always
we're gonna go
been
off to
success.
Breakland, Allison? You're the best.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Wishing you the best weather.
Thank you.
And if you
Cross
want
your
to
fingers
come
for us.
in, although Colin's in next week,
Oh, nice, good.
so we'll get another update and push for the block party. But don't really need to push it too much because you have a big
We're gonna
crowd.
leave it there, kiddo. We're gonna go to break,
Okay,
thanks.
thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Allison.
thank you.
Yes, I'm still on.
He's on.
Yes.
Well, welcome back to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I'm your host. And we've switched gears now, and I have Paul Ratha Yem, Counselor and Vice Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
So, let's not forget that title, because he's always out there doing something. Let's start with the Folk Festival. Huge success this past
Right.
weekend.
Yes, I'm very grateful for Arthur and the team at the Folk Festival, and I also want to give a shout out to our city departments and the police department, and first responder and manager Golden and his team for pulling together, and also to the resident of Lowell and around, who step up because the Folk Festival, they lost the funding, due to the cut from federal government, so they lost about 25,000. So resident and people step up and donate, and then thanks to our volunteer, the what we call that brigade, bucket brigade, yes, that also volunteer.
Also, I got a
collected
tip of the
from-
cap to LTC.
Right.
Best coverage I ever seen.
Oh, really?
Of the Folk
Yeah.
Festival, they did a
Right.
fantastic,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, did it.
Put a camera on yourself when you talk so we can see you.
Our producer.
Well, it's going to be blurry because I didn't put up a, see, that's my blurry picture. But no, I think LTC, I got to pat them on the back, they did a really good job covering the.
Yeah, a great job.
Folk
And then, we saw all the residents. On Sunday was raining, but, there's a die-hard folk festival. They were, at the.
They still came. Sunday they came.
At the.
They sure did. I was amazed.
yeah.
I didn't think
Yeah,
that.
the performance, the gospel group, what they call it, the name, they perform on Sunday. The gospel group, at the, I keep forgetting the name of the park that we play, that they play there. John, what the name of the park?
Boarding
that we
House
play?
Park.
Boarding House Park.
Boarding House
Yeah,
Park,
Boarding
yeah.
House Park. I always miss the name of that, Boarding House Park. So there's a diehard that came out in the rain with umbrella and poncho to listen to the Gospel Brothers, and they were wonderful and really successful. And this is why Lowell is so different from other cities in town. We put together a first class, festival that attract people from all around to come to Lowell. And that's the economic development 101. Economic development, that means people come to the festival like this, they spend money and they stay. So I'm hoping that, that we keep improving. This is the 38th years, of course, there's always some room for improvement for everything. So moving forward, we really need help to support the Folk Festival because the funding is not going to be there any longer. So we all, the city included, pitch in to help as well. So as one of the councillor, I would vote to support them. The festival and other festival. Coming August 16, there will be a large Southeast Asian water festival on the river, John. So you are welcome. There are also similar event that attract thousands of people
Yeah.
coming from all over the state, but also from other states as well. We have people from New Hampshire, Vermont, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and we have family that drove up here as far as Florida coming in. And I met a few family who live abroad, Canada and France. They took vacation in August to come to visit their family here in Lowell, and to also participate in the water fest.
On Saturday,
the water fest. Yes, sir.
I got a text from one of my colleagues, and she said that it was absolutely the best Cambodian food she ever had in her life. She
Good.
said, I stood in line for half an hour.
Wow.
Well, when I got my Cambodian food, oh my God, over the top, great.
Yeah.
Delicious food, downtown Lowell.
Right. The best thing is there's a lot of like herb and spices that we use, and these are traditional spices that are used in a lot of traditional medicine. So this food ingredient is not just good for your taste, but also it do good for your body, because like ginger, like tamarack, is like
Well, the magic you have in the food, Paul is my age, and he looks 50.
Yeah,
So there's something to be said about the food you're eating over there, buddy.
yeah, yeah.
So look at Walgreens. It's in the paper today. The Walgreens at the senior center,
Yes,
they're going to close that.
they kind of closed down,
Does the
and I was
corporate talk to you about that? Did they give you an excuse why they're doing that?
no, they don't have anything to do with us. They probably notified the landlord, say that we're gonna close the shop, but because of the lease, they continue to pay the lease, just like the one on Middlesex Street. They closed down next to China Star. They
Yeah.
spend monies. They spend $1 million to build that beautiful spot, right?
Yep.
To compete with CVS, and finally they folded. And then now this one here is devastating for our vulnerable citizens, and my comments on in the paper today is that I would like to look at alternative community pharmacies similar to what Lowell Community Health Center is
Yeah,
doing.
that'd be a good idea.
The CVS was in the Lowell Community Health Center, but they closed down the same way because it's corporate greed. They don't make money, so they just fold it and move. The same thing here with Walgreens. So this way, we don't rely, and we have the room already next to the senior center. So I would encourage the manager
Paul, it's
and the team.
Soon coming nationwide,
Yes, sir.
they're going to mail you your drugs.
Yes.
They're going to mail you pills.
Yeah.
So they're closing down the pharmacy because
Yes.
we don't want to sell deodorant and stuff. We just want to make money.
Right.
So all your drugs are going to come via
Yeah.
there's a computer that's going to put all your pills in a
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
And it's coming right to your house in the
Right.
mailbox. And
Well-
they know that's what's coming.
It's happened to me today. Yesterday, I use a local pharmacy, K Pharmacy on Westford Street.
Yes?
We have the health insurance with the city that CVS providing prescription. So my pharmacist called, say I can't fill your prescription because CVS pharmacy want you to call them. So I have to call them. I went to the pharmacy, I stand there, spend half an hour to call them and go through all these phone messages. And finally I spoke with a very nice lady, and she said, well, once a year you have to opt out. And then she said, do you want 30 days refill or 90 days? If you want 90 days, you have to go, we have to go to mail order.
Mail
That
order.
means CVS will mail you the medicine prescription. And I know I want to come to the local, pharmacy to support our local businesses, right?
Yes, yep.
And she said, that's fine, no problem. She just wanted to let you know, but they only allow 30-day supplies at the time. I said, it's fine, as long as I don't have to call you every time to refill. She said, no, you don't have to. Now I can put in the system to give you a whole year. So next year,
This whole thing about going to mail us our drugs, sooner or later,
yeah,
just to save a nickel, our drugs are going to come from India. That's where they're coming from.
yeah.
And
Or China,
just,
the worst.
Just to say, so it's going to take the likes of Lori Trahan, to tell these drug companies, No, you're not going to mail these pills out. You've got to go to the freaking drugstore.
It's not just the drug companies, it's your insurance companies that's mandating what pharmacy you can go to.
It's so true.
Yeah,
It's
because
so true.
Blue Cross, you have to go to CVS. Anything affiliated with Blue Cross, anything affiliated with Tufts, for example, has to go to Walgreens. So it's a contract made with the insurance companies pulling all the strings here. They're deciding, what you can have, what tests you can have, everything. You have to have a pre-authorization through your insurance companies.
yeah.
And they're cutting, one of the things that's happening, and you mentioned your local pharmacy in the Highlands.
Right, in the Highlands.
Great pharmacy, and perhaps an independent pharmacy like
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
could come into
To
the-
help in the senior center, the
Absolutely, because
community.
that might
That's
be the
what-
way to go.
yeah, we
The
call
only
it community.
problem you're going to have is, again, with their insurance. Anybody that has Medicare probably has a drug plan affiliated with the insurance company,
But
the
in my s-
secondary.
Yeah, but in my situation, like yesterday, I have to call the insurance company. I call
Get
the
pre-auth.
CVS and then opt out from
Yeah.
their automatic,
Refill.
refill and through mail. So I
Right.
have to opt out. So, but for people who does not speak English, it create a problem, and that's why the local pharmacy, like K Pharmacy, it's helpful because they speak the language.
Absolutely.
So every our seniors, Cambodian senior, will go there because they can help. If there's an issue, they can call the insurance company right there and then on their behalf, and that's the additional services that the chain drugstore and then the fill by mail cannot
Absolutely.
cannot compete or cannot provide. So this is really critical. I will speak with manager and maybe our health department look into a community pharmacies, things like that.
Yeah, definitely independent. The only issue you have, and I know Medicare is the kicker there because that's
But in America, we have
Being-
choices. So
yeah. But it will cost, we do, Paul, but on insurance, in a sense, we don't because the seniors can't
Yeah.
afford that extra copay. I can go anywhere I want,
Right,
but I'm
right.
going to have to pay
Extra.
a higher copay.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
they just
It's
don't
true.
have it.
If you go to their preferred pharmacy, they call it preferred pharmacy, they may waive the copay on
Oh.
your medications, right?
It gets so confusing when,
Right.
and you're going to start seeing it from October to December 8th or 9th or whatever it's going to be, that you're going to get all those commercials saying, sign up for this Advantage plan, that Advantage plan, which are good because people can sort of decide, well, I prefer to go with this Advantage plan. I'm pretty healthy, so I don't have to worry about the copay or the
Right.
deductible. But in every single one of them, they have a drug plan, and they're affiliated with the big pharmacies. And I don't know. Perhaps we all can lobby for that they include in those programs independent pharmacies. A little more freedom because people don't. It's pretty much two pharmacies. It's right.
Two comments from the audience. If Americans ate properly and exercised, then we wouldn't need all these pills and problems. I like my ice cream myself. I like
Yeah.
pizza. So, but I should have more Cambodian food, according to Paul Ratha Yem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The next text
Yeah.
says, check out pictures for the people in the 60s compared to now. A good amount of heavy people. I attribute that to the growth hormones that they have chickens eat. I mean,
Yeah.
how can a chicken, baby chick today, in a month it's 50 pounds? How the heck do they do that?
Yeah.
And I know I'm exaggerating, but
Right.
they're feeding that bird something.
Yeah.
And we go to the market basket, we buy our chicken.
Right.
That growth hormone's still in that chicken.
It's in, yes.
And so I suspect
Yeah. That's
that's why we're getting a little chunky.
You're right. Yes, you're right to that. And also there's a lot of bombardment on the advertisement about all this food and all this drink, so that's a lot of temptation and
all these drug companies advertising on TV all the time is insane. It's just ridiculous.
I remember.
We need to get a handle.
I remember a while back. This is a story about the elderlies that have to take the bus. It's a group to Canada to pull
Yeah.
up their prescription because the same medication in Canada is half the price of here in the U.S. And the question is, why is that the same drug by the same drug company? And then someone suggests that, because the drugs company spend a lot of money lobbying Congress, so now
Absolutely.
they have to recoup that money somewhere somehow. So
You're absolutely right. We come up with the medications, and then everywhere in the world to get them cheaper.
right, yeah,
And so we need to get it. But baby steps, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, but also this guy makes pretty good sense. Fast food restaurants on every corner doesn't help.
That's true.
yeah, that's true.
And it's
That's true.
tasty stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that Junior Whopper, delicious. I know it's poisonous, but just
I
delicious.
don't. I understand what you say, John. I don't eat a hamburger. I don't eat a lot of hamburgers.
But if you do, try the Whopper Junior.
Or the regular Whopper, or double Whopper, or
Well,
something
the
like
Whopper
that.
Junior,
right?
see, if you eat the Whopper Junior, it makes like you're eating skinny food.
My youngest son, his favorite, we double baconator or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
They call-
yeah.
I can't even say. And I say, honey, you gotta watch out. That thing is poisonous.
So now, in August 16th, you had the water festival. Now that's down at the boathouse, right?
It's at the boathouse on the Sampras Pavilion, and there is a
When is it? When is that?
Saturday, August 16.
Okay, so about a month.
It's
Couple of weeks.
About 2 weeks from now, and there will be a line up all along the Merrimack River from Sampras Pavilion toward the Rook Bridge, all the way close to the boathouse, and all of that is as a vendor. Talk about food vendors, various type of food. It cooked right there for you and everything like that. And then you have a booth that's selling souvenirs and clothing. And then we have, I mentioned that some farmers from Florida, they drove up here. They bring fresh plant. Some of that Cambodian community loves, like orange, this type of orange orange tree that they have. They bring all sort of fruit tree, and then lemongrass and all that up from Florida, and they bought a booth and they sell it. People buy like crazy. And
Oh,
that's
yes.
a big. It's a big business for them. They drove up here the night before. They came out in their camper, and they really. It's a family fun and all that, and we have boat race, of course, but people spend more time sampling food and then mingle and meet people, summer family friends that they've met, and that's the only time they meet
Yeah.
each other and get them some food and like picnic along the Merrimack River. And it's a beautiful sight, and I'm hoping the weather is cooperating, so.
And you have another festival in the fall, don't you? Is it a beer festival or something that you close down, I think, Middle Street? And I believe in the city there's another one. Maybe it's October or something.
Yeah, the city, we, as a councilor, we were talking about how to close certain local streets. So we talked about Palmer, and we also talked about Middle Street, and then, have a weekend for all the event, just like what is in Burlington, Vermont. The city closed down one of the main street by the city hall, and they have festival, and they have all the merchant. That's year round, but for us, we can close it for the summertime, between events and stuff like that, So it is something that, on one hand, it's important to draw people downtown, but on the other hand, it's also draw on the resources that the city is limited. We have talking about staff, DPD, all the DPW, and also our police and fire department. So, because when we do something like this, safety is the top priority. So safety, that means we have to call out all the officer, to protect the public during that event. We don't want anything like they said we saw in others part of the country that some lunatic drive their car through the crowd and things like that. So that's what we don't want. So on one hand, bringing people downtown, bringing economic development to the city. On the other hand, it's also you have to think about the resources that the city have to to invest in this type of event. So it's really kind of double-edged sword, but so we have to kind of find a common grounds that to do it less expensive, more enjoyable, and more safety. So that's.
Okay, we're going to do some announcements right now, so I'm going to shut your mics off, and I'm going to do these quick announcements. And first of all, Grand Slam John Pizza and ice cream should be part of everyone's diet. That's from Bart. I agree. And Home Run Comrade, it does taste good. You talk about the Whopper Jr. And I got to do these announcements. If I get the window open, there it is. Okay. So do this down to here. And open these up. Coming at the speed of my computer here. Okay. So if you want an announcement on City Life, just send me a text. I'll be happy to put it out there. Easy to do. That's my cell phone number. So every Friday, thanks to the community teamwork, they organize this farmers market every Friday. It starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll turn the mics back on. Yeah. It starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The address is 350A Dutton Street.
That's a HDIC garage, the new one that they built.
So
in
the
Hamilton
you go
Canal.
on Dutton Street, and at Broadway, instead of taking a left on a Broadway, take a right over that bridge.
Yeah, kind of over the bridge, and then come toward like the new courthouse. So it's in that area. It's beautiful, and you have fresh produce from local farmers, and there are a number of Cambodian farmers who cultivated a plant in around like Dracut and Tyngsborough, and they brought the fresh vegetable to the farmers
But
market.
the key is it's every Friday, starting
Yes.
at 2 until
Yes.
6 p.m.
Right.
Okay, Chesford Senior Center. Today is the 30th. We have, so if you head over to the Chesford Senior Center today, you can have stuffed peppers, meat sauce, rice, tomato, cucumber, salad, and peaches. Sounds delicious. Then over at the Lowell Senior Center, today is the 30th, and we're going to have sweet and sour pork roast. I think this hasn't gone by yet. So this is a seminar on taking the civil service test. So if you want to be a cop or a fireman in Lowell, Tyngsborough, Tewksbury, doesn't make any, if you want to be a cop, civil service exam is going to help you. So take your fancy phone out of your pocket, take a picture of this slide, and be in touch with, I think it's Captain Obrega's doing this.
Yes.
And there's a phone number down here if you want to call, but they're doing it tomorrow. That's the last day for the seminar, an info session about the civil service exam. We need more cops, so that's it. Annual, coming up this weekend. If you like Armenian food, slide this down a little bit. It's their picnic. And I want you to note they have shish kebab, large kebab, chicken kebab. It's a delicious day. And so it's going to be this Sunday afternoon from noon to 5 p.m. out at the church grounds out in Chelmsford. And a good time to be had by all. So St. Vartanant's Armenian Church, 180 Old Westford Road out in charming Chelmsford. Going to have some delicious stuff out there. Good people. Always enjoy their company. Tyngsborough Block Party, we talked about that a little earlier. Allison Page was in to talk about this. That's coming up August 23rd. And looking forward to that. And that's it for announcements. Oh, one more second here. I got Bobby Hoey.
Yes.
Bobby Hoey, he had a heart attack last Friday. He's down at Tufts Medical Center. So if you want to send Bobby a card, take your fancy phone out of your pocket, take a picture of this. That's his address. You need every line there, otherwise it won't get there. So Tom Bown called down and got the address, and they insisted you got to have every syllable that's in there for him to get the card. So if you could keep Bobby in your prayers, that'd be fantastic. He's going in a good direction. They took one of his machines off yesterday, He still has one machine on him now, so they're going to do an assessment today. So God bless him. Keep him in your prayers. And I'm going to go back to you guys, Linda. Thanks.
Yes, we're all praying for Bobby.
And thank you, John, for all post an update on his condition, and we all pray for Bob. No matter what you think of Bob, but he's a great man and family man, and we kind of pray for him. So we all pray for you.
Everybody
Bob.
knows
Yeah,
Bob.
anybody knows
He's very
him. Yeah,
powerful.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Thank you.
We want him back
Yeah.
soon.
So, well,
So-
John said best, he's a fighter who will tell you, don't worry, I'm gonna make it, so that's the kind of attitude as a fighter, so we appreciate you. Keep us posted, John.
I will.
Okay, so now what's new, and I know we're talking about the festival and all, and it was very successful.
Right.
What's happening with the council? Anything that we need to know about that y'all doing?
There are, right now what the council is working on along with the manager and his team is to kind of put together the package so that we would be on the front runner city first ever in the United States. So the DPD and the staff and the manager and his staff working really hard to kind of pull everything together and then create this front runner city program whereby that we will be attending, I believe, the urban economic forums meeting. From what I'm told is that's going to be in Geneva in October, something like that. And then it's a 3 days conference and 1 day devoted totally for just Lowell. So we put
Wow.
we put our best foot forward and batting at the international stage. So if this come to reality, there will be a lot of investment coming in. The delegation who came last month, 3 days, they were impressed of what city has to offer. Eduardo, who worked for the UN for 25 years, he said he traveled to other cities and town and he would say, okay, this city has this element, that city has this element, but for the city of Lowell, we have all these elements together. And this element together is building a pavilion, a world pavilion where all the community work together, reduce climate change and providing services, and also interlink all the infrastructure and roadway so that it will create it. So the team and the city present the jam plan that including part of the downtown go all the way to this area, and then the train station, the MBTA and all of that, creating is almost like a walkable and then a village, similar to the UMass Lowell Link project. The UMass Lowell Link project create a corridor that will just encompass all this development that happened, right? You're talking about technology, education, and then also creating affordable housing for student, a graduate who work for various company who came to Lowell without having to leave the city, number one. Number two, it's alleviate some of the housing congestion, housing need that the student now do not have to compete with the long-term resident who need an apartment, affordable apartment to live. So that create that. And this front-runner city, it will invest the UN and urban economic forum will, after designation, will invest some money into the project here in the city of Lowell. One of the session manager brought together all the developers into the city and talked to and listened to what a representative from the Urban Economic Forum were here, and all the projects are ready to go. So these projects are ready to go. That once we got we got the designation, and now the development is start to happen. And these are the question is that where are the funding is coming from? It's part of the UN, part of the World Bank that will be invest a certain amount of money for economic development, for climate resiliency, and all that. Those are the big things from the UN. The UN is called SDG 11. All these component that the city has, pretty much all of that they talked about. So that's the reason why they were impressed with the city, of all this element that's already in the city, just more defined, and the city have presented a plan of the jam plan, plus some of the downtown, plus some of the portion of the Highland, Lower Highland, and portion of the acre into a global pavilion. And that's exciting piece that for our city, and that's the big things that we are working on. It's a big pictures, for the city. In addition to that, the city is
I got to
working.
back the bus up a little bit here.
Yes, sir.
Corey Robinson just sent this in after so I forgot to put this up.
Ooh.
The Puerto Rican Festival is coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
It's at the JFK Civic Center, and this is one of the musical people who are going to be there. Good time to be had by all.
Yeah.
So if you take your fancy phone out of your pocket, there's a couple of phone numbers down there. You can call them and get some more information if you like. Elizabeth Gonzalez, and that's this Saturday
Yeah.
from 12 to 9, and they also have very good food. And page 2, the Lowell Puerto Rican Festival Parade, being registered now for the event. So take your fancy phone out of your pocket if you want to be part of this. And there's a QR code down here, 01 on this guy, or you can call that phone number down the bottom. So that's coming up shortly. That's this Saturday. So Saturday, August 2nd, parade starts at noon. And then we got 2 comments from the audience. Question, what's going on with the building on Merrimack Street? Is it being rehabbed or just a facelift?
It's a total rehab. They're talking about number 470. It's an old movie theater. I forgot the name of the movie theater. So,
Okay.
it's a fully rehab. The first floor will be commercial, and then there's also like a garden, like
Is
community
that the
garden in the
Rialto?
back.
Rialto?
No, this is next to, across from Santander Bank on Merrimack Street. If you know, if you go.
It used to be the Royal or something.
The
Way
Royal,
up the
yes,
street.
yes, the
Way-
theater, right, Royal Theater. This architect from California redesigned the whole thing and presented at the council, and it's beautiful. And
So,
we were impressed by
ground
it.
floor will be
it's
commercial?
not it's not just a facelift. Inside is going to be commercial on the first floor. It will be apartment
Residential
upstairs,
upstairs.
a residential upstairs. It's going to be beautiful because they restored back to the original, the theater that you're talking about. So this is exciting. And while we're on Merrimack Street, I just want our listener to listen that some people complain about.
I got one more when you
Yes.
complete your thought there. Continue, Merrimack Street. Okay, I'll read this one here. John, can the city declare the divot on Elm Street a product of the Russian earthquake? They can apply for federal emergency funds. It certainly feels like an earthquake. Hit the road and drive over it, and you can see, I'll get this off the screen. And what they're talking about is right around here.
Right. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The city
There's a
manager has
house.
decided he's mad at me and he's not going to fix that.
Right.
And I think that's what it comes down to. So,
No.
Tommy, you're being,
It's
you're
like,
being a baby about this, Tommy. Fix it.
Yeah,
You'd be a
it's it's almost like the road sink a little bit, and then when you go there, it's kind of
Well, eventually, if one of our new fire trucks, it'll rip the back wheel off it, and then maybe the Golden Man will be happy.
yeah.
It's definitely noticeable,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't care. He doesn't like me. I don't have much love for him either. But that's between him and
But I think that beyond the point, though, John. It's not about you like or not like, but the issue if this it's a hazardous for drivers
2
and
years
for the
old. Paul.
homeowner.
2 years old.
Right. I understand. I will speak with the manager
Your
and
colleague
ask him.
Eric Gitchier already asked him, and he said 2026. That's when His Highness is going to fix this.
Well, like everything else, like in your household and my household, we set a budget to do things, that, we set some money aside to do certain things. So the city, the same way, there's a roadway that is set to be either grind and new top and all of that. It budgeting, so it's not happening fast enough for some people, but I would just ask people to be patient and to work on that.
You can
John,
bet your pippy if it was over in Centerville by his house, it'd be fixed.
John, if I could go back to the Merrimack Street, yes.
I got one more little text I'm going to show you, and then you can talk about whatever you want. It says, coming up. At what cost to the taxpayers in the city? The city built a ballpark, arena, hotel that went to UML. Now they are building them housing. Thank you for your comment. Back over to you, Paul. Thanks.
What? I can't see that, John.
Okay, back to Merrimack Street.
Yes. The Merrimack Street from the City Hall toward the Cabot Street and also toward the UMass Crossing. The city received funding from former Governor Baker, $1.72 million to upgrade that road from the City Hall on Merrimack Street toward Cabot Street, where the Acre Crossing is, and then loop around to Market Street, whereas right now under construction is a Suffolk Place, about 33 affordable housing that is being built right now. So once that's done, that road in situation like Elm Street that you're talking about, John, there's some dipping and all of that.
It is a bit of a disaster, I know.
But the money is there. The city received recently another $1 million from HUD. So this money is going to pave that Merrimack Street from the City Hall all the way to Cabot Street, and hopefully from Cabot Street to the Pawtucket Street where UMass Crossing is already in a good shape. So this way, the corridor, I call it the Merrimack Street corridor. I want to see that as premier corridor similar to Newberry Street, Boston, right? So it'll be Newberry Street of Lowell. That's to showcase our city, because thousands of parents bring their children every year to the UMass Crossing to register their kids to school, right? So we want to have that beautiful street that line up with trees and good lighting, and also pedestrian friendly and bike lane friendly for people to travel down and then and go to all various restaurants in the Acre. You talk about tasty dumpling, you're talking about new O'Shea, sushi that open up, and also other like Thai and Lao cuisine. The Asian fusion next to the Acre Crossing. So that's all the good restaurants. So by having this beautiful road that connecting it make it a really premier corridor to showcase our city, that we have. So it will be done similarly to the Elm Street, as part of the project that is set aside, and I'm sure it's going to be taken care of that right now.
So when are we talking? And before the end of the year or next year or?
If the contract's already signed, and then like everything else, it takes time to.
It's called the speed of government. They're moving at the speed of government. I got a comment from the audience. And Paul, I hate to give you a hard time during
it's
election
okay.
season, but you're a friend of mine. You have my support, and you're a go-getter. You'll get it done if it can get done. Unfortunately, in the Belvedere area, they paved a good amount of the roads. Now they are being torn up again. So
Right.
apparently there's some construction happening here. I just want to zero in on this problematic area here.
Right.
All the kids use the
Well, you
sidewalk.
can see it.
Yeah.
Let them
All the
drive
kids
it.
use the sidewalk. Now, when people are coming down this way, they swerve their car way over to the right here
Right,
to
right.
avoid this hole here.
Right.
And I don't want to wait another year. So that's why I'm bellyaching about this. It's just, it's not safe.
Yeah.
And,
I
in
am-
Lowell, they invented coffee cup lids
Hmm.
for Lowell because of our potholes. That's why you have a coffee cup lid on your coffee.
Oh, Yeah. Whoa.
I feel bad for the resident who live on the right there, John, in front of that the dip there.
Yep.
Because they have to hear all that cars that coming in. The issue is that you see that car swerving right now,
Whoa.
right? That
They do
so
it
they
every,
swerve.
almost,
Yeah, they
if
swerve.
they know
it.
about it, they swerve way over there to avoid
Right,
it.
right,
That's
or to the
very
left,
dangerous,
or
isn't
to
it?
the left. The thing is that when people knew that people would slow down, and I hate to say this, but sometimes it's like a calming measures. Otherwise people would just zoom through that. So by
Well,
seeing
they're
this
still
now,
zooming.
people
Did you
slowing
notice
down.
they're still
No,
zooming?
they zoom and they gonna damage their car. So that's why people
No,
swerve
Paul,
it.
fix the freaking road. Fix the freaking road. It's not a speed bump. It's not hard.
Speed hump.
You come over here with a bunch of hot top and you just make it smooth.
Yeah.
And if you want to fix it next year, Mr. Golden, go right ahead. But you
Yeah.
come over here with a bucket of hot top and you just make it smooth.
Well,
And it will stop
yeah,
people from zigzagging
my
over
fear,
here.
yeah, my fear if you put it in and a lot of car on it, you kind of damage it. It's, the fill in is gonna be
Okay.
gone, so you have to do it the right way. So
Oh, fix it. Fix it. It's dangerous for the children in the neighborhood, and you just said safety first, safety first. Okay, put your money where your mouth is. Thanks.
there's a lot of safety issues that we need to address as well, John.
Yeah. Well, okay, so the Merrimack that's imminent. That's gonna be happening
Yes,
soon.
yes, because right now, everything is all lined up. It's just start the construction, and we want to get started because now the acre crossing is done. It's beautiful, so now it's gonna be happening. So in the meantime, the design is already out. Councilor had been presented with the design that will create, a barrier to make it a bike lane friendly and pedestrian friendly. Some of the tree the roots on the tree would just like push up the sidewalk. Those gonna be corrected as well. So it's
What are
gonna
they
be
gonna
nice.
do to correct the trees?
The roots, because the tree was planted so close
Yeah.
to the sidewalk.
Well, yeah, when they,
So as the root go, if you
Right.
go to buy.
so are they digging up around the
They have
roots?
to kind of dig up this old sidewalk, right, and then they have to level it, and then
Okay.
and take care of the roots and all of that, right? So yeah,
They're
there's a
not
lot
gonna
of
destroy any of the roots?
no, that's not destroy, and I wouldn't like to see they cut down the tree either, but that's one of the things that is going to happen. That on that is during that is going to be a bit hard. So the city we're trying to create a way to alleviate, because as you know, Merrimack Street is a very busy street. So how do we do the reconstruction in the meantime to accommodate the traffic, particularly when the school start again? So.
Well, I believe this is Middle Street in downtown Lowell, and the cobblestone situation, in the comment from Jay is, I was wondering if this has been repaired. Anyone in a wheelchair is having a tough time with
The
this whole situation here on Middle Street.
on Middle Street, yeah, it looked like to be honest with you, I have to talk to, because there were a discussion on about the cobblestone, between where Enterprise Bank is connecting to.
See, Paul, on the cobblestones, what I would do is, I would send one of Tommy Golden's buddies down to Disney World and see how they create those cobblestone streets that people don't trip on. Millions of people walk across every day, and there's a parade that's carried across. There's a way to make it look like cobblestones. We don't care what it is, but if you want to keep the cobblestone look, get on a Disney and find out how they're doing it.
Oh, wow.
And replicate it up this way.
Right. But John, the difference between Disney World and Lowell, Massachusetts is the weather. So we have winter, we have to treat the road with salt, and you and I know salt eat, whatever you put there. So there has to be a way. I agree with you. There are ways to accommodate that. But some of the people that we spoke that they don't live here in Lowell, they like the cobblestone street. However, I agree with the the people that talked about, people with wheelchairs and having difficult times and stuff like that. So we need to address that. I agree with that we need to address. In the picture that you show, it has the water puddle. That means that area is kind of lower where we need to treat and all of that. And I would, this is a segment that I would ask John if you allow me to kind of
I just want to read
leave.
this last text and then we'll.
Yeah.
Where is the new aquatic center going to go for the Toronto trip that the UN and the WEC will pay for? And if you don't, you can't know everything. That's just a question from the audience.
Yeah, the talked about aquatic center is more of an outdoor skating park similar to what they have in Montreal and stuff like that.
Understood.
So there are many projects that we could. However, as you know, it takes money, and then we would look at various projects, the best way to make the city the best place to live and raise a family. And for a visitor coming to Lowell, a lot of people are very impressed of what we are doing. The cultural, the activity, and the building that we have. These are all that if we live here, we don't appreciate it much, but people from outside, they were admiring all the beauty of the old building that we have, including the Smith Baker. So let me put the plug, and then if I respectfully asked if I could leave a bit early now, John.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, but it's time for.
I want
Time
to
does
thank,
fly. Paul,
yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you for
and I
coming.
want to
Before you
thank.
skedaddle, how's the campaign going?
The campaign is
For re-election.
going a re-election campaign. It went well. We had a debate last night at WCAP.
Oh, with Marty Laurie. Good. How'd it go?
Laurie. It went really well, and a good question, and the question tried to gear toward district that we had a debate. So our debate is 7:30 after the Belvedere, and then talked about a lot of what's going on in the acre. And I'm proud to say there's a lot of good things happen in the acres. We talked about the Merrimack Street, and if you go to talk about Broadway Street from School Street, always paving toward the river, including the UMass Lowell South Campus is beautiful, and we appreciate the city to look at that. This road has been horrendous, but now it's getting a really good facelift and beautiful. The development at 733 Broadway Street is under construction. There's a lot of construction vehicle and all of that, so it's not as pretty, but the road is pretty. But once it's done, it's almost the end. That's going to be beautiful, and there's a park that belong to the national park. It's going to be sprucing up. It's going to be with green space and all that created. It's going to be beautiful, and you have this canal with powers that's old. A bridge there on Broadway Street. It's going to be beautiful. So we see that, and then if you go further to Middlesex Street, where Clemente Park is, it's under construction, that park, and the Boys and Girls Club will finish their building, and the road is going to be redesigned after Clemente Park is done, make that the fork from Middlesex Street where the courthouse is, and then make that Middlesex Street one way west, one way toward School Street, and then Brand Street will come this way toward so make the traffic more flowing better. And
Is that a trial or is that permanent?
It will be permanent. So eventually, after the park is done, the next phase will be reconfigured that Middlesex Street and Brand Street and make it into more pedestrian friendly, because there's a lot of people. It's in the Cambodia town, people coming from all over to visit Cambodia and shop and eat and all that. So the city want to make sure that it's pedestrian friendly, the wider street for cars to travel. So you come down from the courthouse, now you go to the right, that's by the park, that will be a one-way street, go towards School Street. So if you're coming toward downtown, Brand Street from School Street, go toward the courthouse east,
Okay, that
east
makes
direction.
sense.
It makes traffic flow better, and now that the Boys and Girls Club will be finished, the
I think it's
beautiful
going to be a
building.
nightmare. I think that people will just speed up. because now I have to slow down a little bit because Paul's coming the other way.
We got to get Paul out of here so he can get his
Paul, you're the
wife to
best.
work.
Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend and summer.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'll
Yeah.
pick a date.
See you
I'll
on the
send it a text,
16th.
and we'll see if we can make it in about a month,
Yes,
okay?
thank you,
Thanks,
Linda.
Paul.
Okay, always.
Always a pleasure to be
Okay.
here with you.
Thanks, Paul.
Want-
Cadillac of a guy. Okay, great show today. Best of luck to Mr. Yem. Linda, great questions with today's guest.
Oh, thank you.
Back over to you, Linda.
Thank you, John. Text me that day. We do it again.
Yeah, beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Paul. Have a good day. Thank you.
I didn't realize they were going to be reorganizing the roads there. That actually, that sounds like a good plan to me.
Well-
I travel that every Wednesday, so.
Every Branch Street and Middlesex Street, very well-traveled road, and making it one way each way. The fire department say that's going to be okay. There's a firehouse there. They can't take a right out of the firehouse anymore. Branch Street Firehouse.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're going to come out of the firehouse. Oh, you,
Well, I don't know how
you
far
can't take
down.
a right, boys.
It can't be all Branch, is it? It can't be all Branch.
That's my take of what he just said. So I'm just saying, I think that the city, did they ask the fire chief how they feel about this? The Branch Street firefighters know?
I would assume they would.
I'm guessing.
I should never assume. I
I'm
know I
guessing
should
the boys
never.
over at Branch Street just went, turn that up.
What did he just say?
What did he just say? Let me put a map up and I'll show you what I think, Linda. I know enough to be dangerous. I have to listen to Paul. There's way too many.
Well,
windows.
quite a bit being done with the roads. I can see that. Merrimack Street. I noticed how bad Merrimack Street was this weekend. It's a little rough going down by.
Well, if you're going to do something about the roads, but I think a temporary thing would be a good idea. But knowing the city, they want to put in, they have a ton of money to put new curbstones in over there. That's my guess.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, these new curbstones, they're way too high. And there's in Lowell, it was designed for horse and wagon. That's why the streets are a little narrow. And I just don't get it why they put these high curbstones, and it's all so you can't put two wheels on the sidewalk.
Oh. Oh, really? Now, is that by design for that, because of that reason?
That's my takeaway, Linda. When you ask a politician, they'll give you a bunch of gobbledygook answers. But this traffic calming's for the birds, not my cup of tea. Cars stop fantastically, and they'll say, "What do you want? You want to kill somebody?" No, I don't. When I go through Lowell, I want to go at my own speed. So looking at Middlesex Street now. So my takeaway is, here's Clementi Park.
Yeah.
So my takeaway from what Paul Ratha Yem just said, and this is my understanding, this is going to be one way. One way going towards Chelmsford. Branch Street's going to be one way going this way.
So where's the fire station?
Fire station is right there. So when they come out of there, although maybe it's up the street a little ways, but I think it's right about here. Because I'm pretty sure they come out of this. Yeah, this is it, with the slate roof, this guy right
There
here.
it is.
That's the firehouse. And guess what, boys? Maybe there's a woman over there. Guess what, firefighters? You only can take a left. You can't take a right no more. And so I don't think they talked to the fire chief about this. And so
Well, that
think,
is a dilemma. It seemed like a really good, because
yeah, because if this fire
makes
truck's got to
sense
go
that-
even up here, it's a pain. He's got to go around this block. I don't think that's right.
oh, no, that's not going to be very, maneuvering, that's not that.
So that's
I
another little rant from me. So that's good. Thanks.
Well,
Something new.
maybe they didn't think about that. A little bump of the road here, the fire station that happens to be in the middle of it. Oh, gee, well,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah, maybe they're going to, no, I don't even want to think of them closing that one. But, so, did you get down to the folk festival at all?
No, I did not. Lazy Bones did not go down there. I watched it on TV a lot, And the music was great. The crowds were fantastic.
The crowd was really,
Now,
yes,
he was selling his art. And
Yes.
how'd it go?
wonderful, very successful. That garden, Mary Hart does that garden next to the All Gallery, and the All Gallery is on Market right near Dutton, but the garden is just gorgeous. In fact, that building backs up to the back of it is the Worthen. So it was a delightful venue for us because at night the Worthen had music. So,
But you had plenty of people traffic?
yeah, more so than last year. I'm not sure what the parking was that people, or I think they just incorporated it. I think the Worthen, they utilized their parking lot more than they did last year. They had some vendors in there, and they had,
Tomorrow City Life is going to be Evelyn Thor and Bobby Hoey's down in Boston at the hospital, and Sam
God
Chase
bless
will be
him.
here, and Vivian Merrill. That's tomorrow City Life. Back over to you, Lynn.
yeah. So, yeah, it was a very successful. The weather was perfect except for Sunday, but even that, music lovers are music lovers, and they were there, and a lot of families, I was surprised, stayed right through Sunday.
Well, I think with technology, where you can look on your phone right now and see where the rain clouds are, instantly, the rain's going to be over in a half an hour. We're going to go.
Yeah.
Technology really does help out a lot.
Yeah, it was, and the safety, it was a very safe environment. It always is, but as far as how they block off Merrimack Street, you come down Merrimack and right City Hall, at that little block that you sort of take a right and then a right onto Market.
Yeah.
It's a nice area, and
Did you get to eat any food down there?
yes, we would scoot out and get stuff. The food's always
Oh, yeah.
terrific.
Fantastic. Just a comment. You are correct. Traffic calming zones are ridiculous. Wasted money. I agree. Cars stop better than they ever have.
Well, why do we need calming zones? Is that what
The local government feels as if that's going to be safe. Keep themselves safe. Leave your car. Everybody should walk.
Well, I'm telling you, the festival, everybody does walk, and there's enough parking in the area that people didn't seem to have a problem with it, and it was bloody hot. I mean, so, and nobody was complaining. I mean, where we were, it's always a breeze.
Time to say
Hey,
goodbye, Linda.
thank you so much for watching.
Next week you have Colin Loisel, the town manager.
Yes, and we can talk about
And we're having the mayor too next week, Danny.
Oh, excellent. Okay, see you next week.
Hey, thanks for
Stay
watching.
cool out there.
Watch out for this.
Be safe.
Watch out for the divot. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Aye.